Today brings in a twist in the road. It's a moment where the future we're reaching for, feels close enough to touch. And yet, it feels strangely out of focus. It's beautiful, it's emotional, but it may not be what it seems. We're being asked to slow down, we're being asked to listen, and not to the noise of the outside world, to turn inwards. That quiet voice inside that says, what are we really chasing? Is it worth it? So this energy can definitely feel mystical, creative, deeply intuitive, but only when we're grounded in something real. Otherwise, we're really building castles in the sky today. And we deserve more than that. We deserve a life that holds us, that nourishes us, and reflects the truth of who we are. So join me as we gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy. And by the end of our time together, it's my hope, it's my intention that you now have the insight to go forward with a confidence, with clarity, with love. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time out to be here. For all of your positive, loving support that you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. Welcome to your daily focus, June the 18th, 2025. So today we have the 18 energy. The 18 energy is our inner self, our heart, and letting our heart lead the way. And following a very straight course of action, because we're also inviting in our intuition, that gut feeling. The 18 energy is about attracting things in our life that truly brings us fulfillment, happiness, joy, love. 1 plus 8 is a 9, and the 9 is about letting go. Leaving things in our rearview mirror. Things that do not have value in our life, but more importantly, we are letting go of things to make room for the new beginnings that we want to come into our life. The daily numerology would be a 6 plus a 9 plus a 9. Yes, yes. 24. 24 energy is a love energy. It's what we put our passion in, our love in, our joy into. Whether it's a goal, a dream, a project, a relationship, a person, that is where the true growth will be. 2 plus 4 is the 6 energy, and the 6 energy is about letting go of behaviors, habits that no longer serve us. It could be our routine needs to get shaken up a little bit, changed around. We don't want to be stuck. So look at ways of unsticking ourselves, moving ourselves forward, catapulting ourselves into our tomorrows. Sun is in Gemini. Moon is in Pisces for most of the day. I think it's not till about 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when the moon will then move into Aries. So we could be laying around and casually enjoying life today, and then as we're ready to go to bed, we start thinking of these projects that we want to do and these so be careful of that kind of energy, because we could want to be going to sleep and all of a sudden we get wide awake with all these ideas and new starts and new beginnings in our mind, how we can go forward. Today we have another square. Jupiter squares Neptune. This is kind of a funky one, okay? And Jupiter's in Cancer now. So we have more of an urge to expand through love, emotional safety, home, family. Our intuition is a guiding light. And we want the expansion to be from the inside out. Okay, but Neptune is in Aries and is pushing us to dissolve the limits of our identity, the limits of what we thought courage meant and what we can actually bring to the table when it comes to our courage, our independence. And so this kind of energy can leave us very unsure. Okay, we're in some ways we feel like we are moving progressively towards our truth, But in some ways, we see where we might be chasing a bit of a mirage. And it's about lifting that mirage today. Okay, the square asks us, can our dreams and our reality exist in the same space? Or is there just too much separation there for it to be actually grounded into something tangible that we can move into and work towards? It could be you want to start a new business and it's just in your head right now and you just want to do it and you give no real thought to it. And so you just open up a shop. And it does poorly because you didn't look at so many factors. You just went on the dream, the illusion of what could be, without putting in the work needed in order for it to truly be successful. Grounding it in a plan and a strategy. It's a call to reconnect to our inner compass. And to figure out what we truly want to believe in. The energy is mystical. It's kind of murky. And it's inspiring, but it's very directionless. And so when Jupiter and Neptune clash like this, the biggest challenge is figuring out what is truly real. What is just wishful thinking. So we need to anchor our dreams in real values. Don't chase illusions. This is a very powerful time to reconnect with our emotional truth and to let our inner knowing be the foundation, our intuition, our heart center. Neptune's going to blur the lines here, and Jupiter just wants the expansion. So that combination can... we could give away too much of our time, our energy, our resources. Be careful of that. Focus more on creating beauty, creating meaning into each day. It's an ideal time for emotional or spiritual creativity. So get out there and garden or journal. Do a ritual that you like doing. Even intuitive healing can really thrive under this kind of energy. So Reiki, things like that. Okay, Neptune is offering us a vision. And the key here is to use that vision that Neptune is offering us and run it through Jupiter's desire to see if there's truth in it. Because when we ground our ideas, we can build something actually quite extraordinary. Jupiter wants to believe. Neptune wants to transcend. They can make us believe in things that aren't rooted in truth quite easily, okay? And it's not until the reality hits that we see the error in our ways. We really have to ground ourselves. We really have to think things through. Okay, watch for impulse, especially when it comes to your investments, when it comes to your money. Or it could be emotional. They could say something to you and you just take it a whole different way, and you now have a whole future with this person based on that one sentence that they said without even realizing they had said it. And yet we have created something around that one sentence that meant the world to us. How much of that is rooted in truth? How much comes from a place of fantasy? Okay, we have to have clarity. Clarity is a must. So we have to sit with the things, we have to sit with things for a bit. And when we try to force things to make sense, they simply won't. It's like, okay, imagine you've been dreaming of moving to a new city or a new town or a new country just to get a fresh start. And you start seeing the signs like everywhere. It feels like this is so meant to be. And in our excitement for this beautiful move that we're going to make, we skip the hard conversations. We don't look at the budget. We ignore all the little red flags that popped out. So we have to ask ourselves if we're running towards something real or escaping into the dream of what could potentially be. Because it's not to say that that potential cannot happen, but we can't just rush into it. We just can't dive into it and expect it all just to kind of flow together. We'll be sadly and rudely awakened to that kind of move. So Jupiter square Neptune is like a portal. It's a portal to a deeper emotional truth, a spiritual truth, a literal truth. But we need to slow down. We need to listen. This is definitely not a day for those big decisions. It's a day to align ourselves with what we truly want. And for checking in and asking ourselves what we truly believe in, what we truly want, what matters most. And are those beliefs allowing me to move forward, or does it keep me stuck, chasing after an illusion? I don't know. It's the kind of energy when you witness it, you'll see it, but it's murky. It's mystical. It's trying to expand the expansion of ourselves and our dreams, but to understand where we could be miles away from it. What needs to be done yet? What in the practical world needs to happen in order to turn that dream, that illusion, into something concrete, real? And how does it expand us from the inside out? Our underlying energy for today is the Three of Pentacles is back as the underlying energy. So this is showing up and giving it our best. Whatever that might be for you. If it's a relationship, then be more present. Yeah, in anything. If it's a project you're doing, be more present. Whatever that goal is, whatever that dream is. This card tells us to show up and do the work and to give it our best. We have the Two of Wands back again. The Two of Wands saying to start inviting in the things that you truly do want to come into your world, and then do the work so that there is space for it to move into your world. It's like if you have a king-size bed and you're single and you sleep directly in the middle of that bed, but you want a relationship, it's time to move those pillows over. Put another set of pillows there for the person that you want to invite into your life. They have a place to come one day. If you want to do that course, then you have to free up your time so that you're available on those days to actually step into doing that course. So it could be time, it could be energy that you need as well to be able to do the assignments, to be able to be fresh and being able to take in the information needed, that you're not falling asleep because you're pushing yourself too hard. So we need to think about how to not only call it in, and calling it in is quite easy. I mean, just get emotional about it. Just get excited about what it'll mean in your life. See yourself living that dream that you're asking to come in. But then we have to show up in our reality and do the work in order to make room for that dream, that desire. And I think today is going, in the next several days, obviously, it's a square with the big guys. So there's no rush. We can think about it. We can move forward. Look at this. We have justice here. Letting go of what no longer serves us. Once again, this message comes out. And once again, it's about making the commitment to ourselves, setting that goal, that dream, that desire, but then making a plan and showing up consistently in order to bring that plan to life. And to create those successes, those joys, those celebrations, one step at a time. So it's very much also about making the commitment to doing some of the work that we would probably prefer not doing. I mean, if you're the creative soul and you want to open up a business, chances are you're not that great at the book work. Well, who's going to do that? Because before you know it, you're going to be 5 months behind on the book work and everything's going to be everywhere and you didn't know you were supposed to keep that. And this receipt is actually disappearing because it's with that funky ink that just doesn't last. And then we have the devil. So very strong energy here. We end with the justice and the devil. And the devil is about allowing what no longer serves us to fall away. To allow ourselves to be rebirthed. To become the phoenix, rising out of the ashes of our yesterday. To feel the freedom, to feel the liberation in our steps, and where we're going and what we're doing. To know that we're grounded in our reality. To let go of what has just been illusion and we've been waiting for it to magically show up to make it easier on ourselves. What are we doing in the moment to build those foundations strong underneath our dreams? So it has the support, it has the strength to become the successes we want in our life. Okay, Nature's Whispers Oracle cards. It fell down at the last second as I was cutting. Culmination of Vision, the 35 energy. 3 plus 5 is an 8, so that's a money card, absolutely. Growing our prosperity, but it's probably a lot more than that. Let's find out what they want to tell us. Very short. We've had this card quite a few times, actually, I think. Time to take positive action towards our goals and dreams. Be adaptable and fine-tune any of the details of what you are creating. Reflect on your desires and make sure your attitudes and beliefs are in alignment with what you wish to accomplish. Let go of any aspect or quality that no longer fits what you intend to accomplish. So they paraphrased me quite well on that one. We'll go over to our animals. Everything's telling us to just let go and make space for those new beginnings. And figure out what we truly need to do to look at the truth of the situation. Rather than just the ideal of what it could become. What makes it real. And make sure that you're not just saying yes to everybody. You're overdoing it. You're over-promising. Giving away your time, your energy, your resources. What am I doing? I took one off the bottom instead of the top. Clarity with the bats. That makes a lot of sense because this is a day that demands that we need the clarity in order to move forward with a grace. Hidden fears, open mind, heart and soul, trust and passion. Clarity of mind means clarity of passion too. This is why the great and clear mind loves and sees distinctly what it loves. So many are afraid of bats. They fly in a sporadic fashion, never knowing where they'll swoop. Instead of relying on their sight, they use other senses, the main one being hearing. So if we've chosen bat, we're being told that the clarity we seek has to be sought in a different way. Bat offers you the clarity to see around you what may be hidden. Now is the time to look at your life subjectively and see where you can add positive and passionate changes. You might sign up for a class, start a new creative project, finish one you started way back when. Is it possible that you are neglecting communications with the ones that you love and aren't even aware of it? You may have been acting as a hermit and haven't even realized it. So call your friends, plan a night out, release your old fears and anxieties. You can write down your fears one by one on a piece of paper, and after you complete the task, take each paper and say aloud, I release, insert your fear, and then rip it up or burn it in a fireproof container, allowing the universe to take care of all that is holding you back. So what is holding you back? Can you define it? What needs to get out of the way so that you can take that big, bold step forward? What is that big, bold step forward? Maybe you're going to take a little business class because you want to really do that business, but you are a creative soul. Maybe you're going to partner up and network yourself and partner up with somebody who can take care of the final aspects for you. Whatever it is, seek that you are building the strong foundation, that there are tangible things that you are doing in order to bring that dream into your reality, and let go of the illusions of what will happen with the wave of a magic wand. And it's time to figure out what the work is that we really need to be doing and allow that expansion to be from the inside out. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.